Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Kathy here, and you know what day it is? It's Mix It Up Monday. If you know me, you know my golden rule is always to add more. More is more. I love my layers, I love adding all the elements, and I love finding creative ways to tell our stories for the future. But today we are mixing things up in a big way. I'm sticking out of my usual comfort zone to try a brand new to me watercolor technique to build up a gorgeous textured background for this layout. We're going to play with some beautiful layers, get a little messy, and see how it all comes together. Make sure you stick around until the very end of the video because I'm sharing the hilarious personal story behind these photos that completely inspired the design. It is definitely going to make you laugh, and it gives the full unfiltered story of the layout. So let's dive in and get scrapbooking. So as you can see, I've already done the first layout. So I saw this on a video and I wanted to give it a go, and I thought this was the perfect layout for it. It's using my watercolor pens here that you can see, and then spraying on a little bit of water to activate the color, and then putting it on to the background from the foil. And the more crumpled your foil, the more detailed the design that comes through. So you can see that one, this foil's just about had it, so I need another piece of foil. It's just a little bit too flat for the design, so I've got a new piece. Got some really good wrinkles in there. So scribbling on with the watercolor pens, and then adding the water over the top. And I've got the 4 colors that are going to be in the background in my photos, so it works perfectly. And look at that. Isn't that just scrummy? Look at that. How fantastic is that? I love the effect that has created. You can see there, it's setting up the 3 patches for the layout as per the design by Scrap and Harden, and that's how I'm putting my mixed media onto my layout today. So what do you think? Is that a cool technique, or do you think you wouldn't want to give it a go? I think I'm going to use that a little bit more and try with a different range of colors in the watercolors and see how it works out. All right, so now I have this redwood frame, which is where part of that reddy color is going to come from, and it's tying in nicely. That is a Scrapbook Fantasies paper, and I'll put a link down below. I don't know that you can get it still. Probably there is some available if you go and check out the website, but they have loads of different wood grain ones if you're interested. So then I'm going to add some more mixed media, because that's the whole theme of Mix It Up Monday, to use our mixed media. And I'm putting through the stencil here the mahogany that I love. I forget the name of it here. Here it is, right in front of me. It's aged mahogany. So I'm just putting aged mahogany through my stencil, and that looks like the wood grain. So, you know, it's giving you a bit of a country feel. And the reason I'm doing that is because in a moment you're going to see my photos, and they are of a very funny event that happened just recently. So now that I've set up my 3 landing spots for my layout, that's really important because the design recalls for the 3, and it's giving me the, as I said, the landing spot for the design to come together. I'm just going to put it down on the frame. You can see the red coming through. It's picking up the colors. I love that background. It looks like coffee stain or tea stain, or, you know, it could even be cattle, and that's why, because look at this here. Oh my goodness. These photos were taken just recently at our Boots and Beat experience that we had recently, and we were out riding the mechanical bull. Yes, I know I am getting too old to be doing these things, but you know, you got to be, you know, when you're there, you do what you got to do. And we had a hilarious time riding this bull. It was early in the afternoon, so there wasn't very many people around, but the people that were around thoroughly enjoyed my embarrassing moment. So this is the photos that I've chosen to scrap today. And if you hang around right to the end, I will show you in full living color the full experience. So I am cutting these into the squares or the rectangles or the diamonds, whichever shape you'd like to call it. And I used a 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 white square there to get it as the outline. And then I'm matching it onto 3 by 3 squares. Now, if I'd have had bigger photos, I could have done it 3 by 3 squares and then matted by 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, but I had only had the 3 1/2 by 5 photos, so that was perfect enough for this layout, and it actually just looks balanced on there. And so as you can see there, I am great. It looks like I'm an excellent bull rider there, doesn't it? You wait to the end. You wait till you see. So I have got this leftover plaid, and it's in the reds and the rusts and the blues, which is perfect. And that's why I've chosen those colours to bring it into play here. And I'm going to layer them up just as Christine had in the sketch that we're working with today. And so I'm just playing with it. I do end up lengthening those strips by cutting them in the middle and pulling them across a little bit further, and you'll see that when I put it all down together. I also change them into fishtail banners at the end because I don't want them sitting there plain as that straight strip. Now that I'm happy with that, I'm just going to place where I want these cow skulls or cow heads for, the bulls. The bulls, they look like the longhorns. And I just thought that they tied nicely with the theme of the page. Tucking in some ready native Australian flowers in behind and around to build those clusters up. And then I'm just going to go off screen here and put it all together and put the page down. So you'll see it in a moment come back where I have done it. See, magic. And they're all in place, and now we can do with the title. Now, originally I wanted to write The Great Mechanical Bull Disaster, but I didn't leave enough space for great, so I'm just going with The Mechanical Bull Disaster. I have used different fonts. I've cut these all out on my die cutting machine, and I am just layering them onto the layer, as you can see here. This is where I try to use great, but it just doesn't fit, and moving it around again, I didn't really want to do that, so I end up giving that up and not using the word great. But it still makes sense anyway with the Mechanical Bull Disaster, because it really was a disaster. Not for my friend, not for my daughter. They were able to ride it, of course they were, but no, not me. You wait, you have to stay. Seriously, you have to stay to watch it at the end. And so I am putting these down. I made these into stickers through my Xyron sticker maker. So much easier, less fuss than glue, and it's easier when you're using little tiny letters like this one to get it onto the layout perfectly. So there you go, the Mechanical Bull Disaster, and I'm loving how that's turned out. It's really great colours. It's picked up all the colours in the photos. I'm going to add in my faux stitching around the edge to finish off that border. Remember, that's always just a little added touch that I like to do, because I can't stand a non-finished border. I have to have it all linked together. Faux stitching is the best thing you can do. It's so easy and it looks so effective. So if you haven't given it a go, have a go on your next layout. You'll be impressed. It really just gives that last minute zhuzh to make it stand out. So I do go around, and it does take a little bit of a while, but I wanted you to see, there's really no rhyme or reason to it. You just dot your strokes down the page. Then I'm going to add in some more mixed media in a moment. You're going to see that happening. And I think with my Mix It Up, I've got quite a few. I've got the foil technique with the watercolors happening. I've got some distress edging around the edge of this framing here, and then I also used the stenciling with the aged mahogany through the stencil. And I do contemplate putting these on, but then I put them to the side, and that just felt that they were a bit too much and not needed. I think I just want to leave the title standing out on its own, and even then I just go, yeah, no, I'm not going to add those extra flowers. No, it doesn't need it. So I'm putting that aside. See, I can say no. I don't always have to do more is more, but mostly I do. All right, so I'm going to use aged vintage photo or something. It's called aged photo, and I'm going to use that distress spray to put on my splatters. But then I remember that I've got the little white card, so I start putting my big block on there, and then I'm thinking it's not going to work for me. No, I'm going to end up with too much space, and I don't want to move it up and down and things like that. And then I remember here, I've got the little white square that I used to trace my photo. I can put that over it, and that's going to allow me to get a better even spread with my splatters. And so it does. And yeah, I do get a bit over on my photos, but I quickly get that off and it doesn't stay there. And look at that. It's amazing. Still, still trying to master that splatter. no matter how much I try, it always goes to the guard. It doesn't actually go where I want it to go. I'm sure there's a technique, but anyway, I'll work that out. Keep practicing. I'm not perfect at mixed media. I just have a go. I just have some fun. What about you? Is there a splatter technique you use that works really well? Let me know in the comments down below, because I would love to know how it's done happening. All right, so that's done there, and now I'm just going to finish off with my Nuvo drops, because we need to set up our visual triangle, of course, and this is the perfect color. I love this reddy pinky color. It just blends in beautifully with the design. There's my triangle set up for the visual, and look at that. Isn't that fun? I love how this turned out. Can I honestly say to you, when I first saw it, I thought, not so sure how that's going to work or what photos I was going to use, but I love how this has turned out. So there it is, up close and personal. Look at that title. It's just really funny. And when you see the video in a moment, you'll understand why. It was a disaster for me anyway. But, you know, I never claimed to be a great bull rider. You know, this is a city come rural girl, and there you get to see the sketch up there in the top left hand corner. Thank you, Scrap and Harden. And here's my layout, up close and personal. I love that new technique. It will become another tried one in the future. And there's my title. You can see how it all just blends nicely together, and the colors just pick up the photos, and that's the whole technique. Now, there is no sound here because I had to block out the music, because video would put a copyright on it. So what I'm actually saying is to my friend, that's my friend there, she's my collaborator in getting into trouble, and I blame everything on her. It's her fault. She's the younger one. She corrupts me. So here I am trying to get on the ball. Nope. She falls over. And then I'm telling my daughter, get over here. So here's my daughter.
Hold on, Kat. Hold on, really tight.
And that's my best friend in the background. And what do you reckon? It's so funny, isn't it? So funny. Honestly, I cannot believe it. You have got to be joking. This is so funny. Makes me laugh every single time. I lasted all of 5 seconds. The police loved it in the background, and so did the crowd. Hey, I'm an entertainer. What can I say? Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Watch everybody on the playlist, which is listed down below. And I'll see you in the next video real soon. Thanks for watching, everybody, and stay creative.